This is one of the most mind-blowing theories I have ever made. Why will Shanks appear at the Egghead Island and fight Gorosei when we know that they have some kind of relationship? Some think Shanks is evil, some think Shanks is Gorosei's spy, a secret Tenryubito, and more, but none of them are true. Oda is a genius, his foreshadowings are always amazing, and this one is not an exception. Let's start with the situation at Egghead Island. After more than 20 years, we saw one of the 5 elders outside of the Mary-Joeys, and his name is revealed, Saint Jagarcia Saturn. We only expected Kizaru and a lot of Marines, but why is Saturn going to Egghead Island as well? I partly already talked about it in my previous video, but now I will add more details. There are 4 possible reasons, maybe all 4 of them. 4th one is the most important. Number 1. Gorosei is the highest in the Seraphim orders, giving hierarchy. Right now, Vegapunk can control the Seraphim. The Seraphim are new pacifista units replacing the 7 warlords of the sea as one of the 3 great powers. They are living weapons built in the childhood likeness of the former members of the warlords, but with the traits of the Lunarian tribe. They are very strong, and of course, the world government does not want to lose this power. As I said in my previous video, I think we'll see a plot twist here, and Gorosei will not be the highest in this hierarchy. Maybe Vegapunk, Dragon, or someone else. Even if it's so, I think Gorosei can control the Seraphim through the Den Den Mushi as well. Number 2. Obviously Gorosei wants to kill Vegapunk, and as they saw, CP0 is not enough, and now even Kizaru is not enough because Luffy is there too, so Saturn went himself. Number 3. In mythology, Saturn, or Cronus, is the god of time, generation, dissolution, wealth, periodic renewal, and liberation. I am sure most of you know the theory about Bonnie making Gorosei young, and they are alive since the Void Century. According to Akainu, she escaped from the world government and he was very worried about it. Looks like Bonnie escaped again and she is on the Egghead Island. Maybe Saturn will take her back as well. The God of Time takes back a character that makes Gorosei young. I think everything fits perfectly. Number 4. Gorosei wants to kill Luffy, specifically because he ate the Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika, and now he is the sun god Nika. Why? Because Nika is the biggest threat to the world government, and I will explain why soon. In chapter 907, Shanks met the 5 elders to talk to them about a certain pirate. This raises multiple flags, the most obvious one being that Mary Joeys has a strict policy against pirates. Shanks is a pirate, yet they weren't surprised. Rather, the Gorosei were more concerned about others spotting Shanks with them. The Gorosei have authority over the world government. They look to maintain the balance of the 3 great powers, Marines, Seraphim, and pirates. We also know that they hate pirates for that reason, as they disrupt this balance a lot. What makes Shanks the exception? There are various theories about him having a certain position which might ally him with the Gorosei. At first, it will seem it would refer to him as being a Yonko, but Yonkos are still pirates. Marines leave the Yonkos alone for the most part due to their influence and power, but they have no authority over the Marines, nor do they have any affiliation with the world government, so this doesn't seem very plausible. They are not friends and Shanks is not evil. Both Gorosei and Shanks get what they want. For now, we can't state something, but most likely they exchange some information and Shanks makes sure that Luffy or himself are protected. Why Luffy? Because Shanks knows something that no one else does. He knows and knew what the real power of Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Mi is, and he was waiting for its awakening. Right after Luffy awakened his devil fruit and achieved sun god Nika form, Shanks told Ben Beckman that it's time to claim the One Piece. If Shanks actually wanted to get the One Piece, he could have done it before. Also, many think that Shanks acknowledged Luffy's strength and wants to fight him for the One Piece, but I don't think Oda would do something like that. Shanks knows that Luffy's Nika form is the key to destroying the world government. For unknown reasons, the world government is extremely interested in Nika's fruit, and has even covered up its identity by renaming it to the Gomu Gomu no Mi, preventing other parties from garnering special interest in the fruit and seeking it out themselves. Who's Who, a former member of CP9 who was once imprisoned for failure, heard about the legend from an unnamed prison guard and then started giving his prayers for Nika with the intent of easing his own suffering. When Who's Who noticed that the same prison guard who told him about the legend suddenly vanished from duty, he suspected that the story was not meant to be shared, and that the world government had done something to the guard. And Shanks stole this devil fruit, and then Luffy ate it by chance. There are never coincidences like this. Shanks wanted Luffy to eat this fruit. Maybe not from the start, but after he saw what Luffy's dream was and how determined he was to become Pirate King, Shanks made a bet on Luffy. But without a doubt, Shanks knew the Gomu Gomu no Mi's real power. power. There is no other reason why the crew with no devil fruit users would steal a devil fruit, and especially this one. Now for my favorite. When Shanks went to Wano and saw Luffy's poster with his awakening, the flashback started. But it did not start from Fuchsia Village where he met Luffy from the start. It started from Shanks stealing the Gomu Gomu no Mi from the CP9 ship. It's all connected. With this panel, Oda literally confirmed that Shanks knows about this devil fruit and Luffy's awakened form. Why did Shanks stop the war? It does not look like he wanted to save Ace or Whitebeard. He also did not try to prevent Blackbeard eating the second devil fruit. He looked really calm and did not say, "Ah, we are late," or something like that. Of course, he did not come to save Kobe either. He even called him a seaman. He came to the Marine Fort because he wanted to save Luffy. He even asked Buggy to return the Straw Hat to Luffy. Luffy was in danger. Jinbei, Whitebeard pirates, and even Crocodile tried to protect him from Akainu. But Akainu is a monster and it is not easy to stop him. Akainu even mentioned that Shanks let Luffy escape. That's the only time Shanks helped Luffy because Luffy did not even have Haki for that time, and he was fighting monsters like admirals. It was too dangerous for the Straw Hat. Metaphorically, Oda even showed that Luffy nearly lost his Straw Hat at the war. Shanks knew all along. He was just waiting for the perfect moment, and that moment came. Luffy awakened his devil fruit and Shanks said it's time to claim the One Piece. In the beginning, I said that Shanks exchanges the information with Gorosei. He also wanted to talk about a certain man. To this part, I believe that this story is true. Now, I will start speculating, but it totally makes sense. I think Shanks wanted to talk about Luffy because after that chapter, Gorosei got more interested in Luffy and tried to kill him. The fruit wasn't a big threat to Gorosei. They only knew some old legend that they have no way of verifying because an awakening didn't happen in 800 plus years. But when they found out that Luffy was strong enough to fight Kaido, Gorosei got paranoid about the legend and just in case sent their CP0 agent on a suicide mission to kill Luffy. Most likely this panel is about Luffy as well. Now Gorosei knows that the warrior of liberation, Nika, is back 800 years later, and they are so frightened that they even wanted to delete the D from Monkey D. Luffy's bounty poster. As we know, one of the 5 elders, Saturn, is going to Egghead Island, and as I said, one of the reasons, if not the most important one, might be Luffy's elimination. Most likely Gorosei are very strong. Kizaru sent all the marine ships to the Egghead, but weak marines are nothing compared to the Straw Hats. Kizaru's strength is scary, but there is a high possibility that Luffy can defeat him, so I don't believe Saturn will go there so defenseless if he's weak. Logically, if he's weaker than Luffy, then it makes no sense, so most likely he's stronger or at least as strong as Luffy. Straw Hats also have to protect Vegapunk, so it will not be easy. I believe Straw Hats will try to escape with Vegapunk and Shanks will come and help them. First of all, it's nearly impossible to run away from Kizaru, if you're not Ben Beckman of course. Also, there will be a Gorosei, so it's like an impossible mission. Both Straw Hats and Shanks were in Wano, so Shanks is not far away. I think this is the perfect moment for him to appear and fight Gorosei and show them that he does not want anything to do with them anymore. Shanks already got what he wanted. Luffy awakened his devil fruit, so he does not need Gorosei anymore. Also, I'm sure Shanks is at least as strong as the Gorosei, because if he's weaker, then I don't know who'll be able to defeat them. Luffy can't fight them all together. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more videos. Bye.